Okay, welcome back to the Crown of the Oathbreaker, everybody. Pleasure to be your GM again. All right, well, lots of interesting threads to follow with your characters. Old Randall. And don't know what to say about Randall. DM almost feels sorry for him with that golfer character. Venek died, come back, Shinigami. Well, also a lot of interesting things. But I think last time where we picked it up, we're right in the middle of Toriel trying to save her boarding house.
Yes.
From the Domorin family. Those it seems appropriate. Those fat fucks who try to cajole Gala with false information by getting her into the orgy, and it's the perfect word. I don't know what else to say. You got some support. I believe you got the Wyltammers on your side. The Domorins didn't even try. The Nangraths, the military family, is still on your list. The Gold Tooths as well. And the Mondas you've got.
The Ronell.
The Ronald, yep, that's true.
Yeah, Ronald.
Yep. So.
A Gorso.
Yeah, so.
That's interesting how that's going to go.
Gorso's kind of fuzzy, though, because the Gorsos aren't really here and someone's come along claiming they're a Gorso, but so that's a fuzzy one, but we'll see how that plays out. So, what would you like to do? Heroes? I guess heroes? Characters? What's the other? Protagonists? What would you like to do?
Well, Gala's going to say to Toriel, we have House Naragoth to talk to. As it were, my cousin is good friends with the son of the noble lord. Maybe he can talk to them for you and see if he can persuade his friend to have talked to his father and to the lord of the house to support your family. And we'll see if my cousin can go in your half.
That would be wonderful, Gala. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's really the last house that we're likely to get support. But that would be the majority.
I believe so. I believe we have the Wyltammers on our side. The house Caramosa, were they on our side?
That was my family.
Oh, yes.
We haven't gone to them yet. That was the DM was going to think about that.
Or two more.
Because I'm kind of estranged with them since.
Okay. Let's see. So we have House Mondor, your house, Gala, and the Wyltammer. So that's 3. Gorso, little fuzzy. That would be 4. So if we can get Nygoth, then that would be 4 or 5. That would be the majority. I think that would be pretty good.
Yeah. Well, let's talk to my cousin and see if we can get him to go off and talk to them for you. And while we go to the Caramosa or the Goldtooth, and I don't really see the goblins being too great, and I don't want to give them any money. Goblins are untrustworthy sometimes.
Yes. Yes, let's do that. That sounds wonderful.
So off to talk to Prim?
Yep.
Primel?
Yeah, Primel.
Gala?
Yes.
Okay, so
and Toriel, come with me, Toriel, because you'll explain your school and what's going on, please.
Of course, yes.
Everyone,
Okay.
of course, but I need Toriel to talk with this too.
Yeah, I think we learned not to split up.
Yeah.
Some of us learned more than others.
We need you in the front, man. You're our guy. You're our shield.
I'm there.
Okay. So, okay, so you assume you go back to your house, which is no doubt is easy to find Primo, and he's there getting groomed by 3 or 4 servants in preparation for the Wyltammer ball, which is coming up this evening. Oh, hello, Gala.
Oh, I see. You're coming to the ball. I wasn't sure if you were coming. That's how exciting. Are you looking forward to it tonight?
Well, this is the ball of the year. I simply wouldn't miss it. I mean, the Wyltammers, they're an odd couple, but they sure do throw the best ball of the season. I've been watching Bridgerton lately, so I'm channeling those vibes.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's the ball of the season. I simply wouldn't miss it.
Me neither. I cannot wait. You've noticed I've had some friends here at the Red Manor with me. This is I don't know if I've introduced you to Turiel here.
Oh,
She's
hello, Turiel.
Turiel, I think she's the daughter of the school. Why don't you tell them about the school real quick for us?
Yes. Well, my parents they have been teaching there for many years, and
Let
it's
me
really
stop you right there. I myself am a product of the academy, so I'm very familiar with your parents. I've gone through the process, and I must say they do a wonderful job.
oh, that is so wonderful to hear, and I'm sure they would really appreciate that feedback. Uh, I hope you don't mind if I tell them that would thrill them so much.
Oh, every time I see them in passing, I let them know.
Oh, okay, that's even better.
Well, I don't know if you know, but the Domran brothers are trying to take over the school, and they're going to kick out her parents and just make it part of what they do. And you know how they have their orgies and there's their bickering and all that nastiness they have. We're trying to stop that for my friend Turiel here, and I was hoping we already have the support of our house, but I know that you're good friends with Odorak Nagroth, and I was hoping you could talk to him for us and see if he could persuade his father to give support to the school with its current leadership of Turiel's parents.
Primal goes a bright shade of red. She says, "Oh, Odric, oh, yes, I'm familiar with him. You think we have some type of connection with him?"
Well, I know you guys are friends. I've seen you guys around a little bit, but I mean, I just thought that you wouldn't mind talking to him for us. I mean, you've been in the city more than me, and I don't know him at all. So, I mean, I've seen him in passing, and I don't know if he likes me or not. I mean, sometimes people like me, sometimes people don't. I mean, you know how my uncle is, your father is with me. He's very harsh, and I try so hard to please him. But I just want this to go so well for my friend Turiel here. I was just since you may know him better than me. Maybe you could speak to him for us?
Um, and just to point out, Daniel, she knows, or he knows that you know, and you
I
know
know.
that he knows.
Yeah.
So,
No, I know. I'm playing it like that.
sure. Um, well, this is problems. Um, uh, make a persuasion check if you like.
All right, I do like. All right. Oh, I'm gonna use a luck point.
Oh, sure.
Let's do that again. Persuasion. There we go. I like that better.
Let me just put it this way. Me and Odric, it's best if we're not seen alone together. So, Gala, maybe Toriel, if you come along with me together and we can visit House Nangar, then I think that would be best. But yes, I'm more than happy to talk to him for you.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Turiel, how does that sound for you?
that sounds wonderful.
Okay. So, led by Primor, you make your way to the... just trying to find the villa. Oh, it's around here somewhere in the... Oh, wait.
I didn't look it up for you. I'm sorry.
That's right.
What villa are you looking for?
Nangrath. I'm not sure if they actually have a villa, actually. Yep.
Maunder, where's 96? Menace,
I'm not seeing it.
73. Domerin, 71. Timer, 65.
Well,
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere.
yeah, I'll explain what's going on. There's a whole town called Town Nangrath, I believe. Somewhere on here. You're right up here. That's where most of the nobles hang out, or most of the Nangrath nobles hang out. Very much as a forward military base for threats from the Shandar Mountains.
Oh,
But Odric does live in Odenbeer. We'll say he lives at the Golden Nectar Inn. Down somewhere. 37. It's a very much a high-end establishment. Like living in a luxury hotel the whole time, but Odric has been tasked with taking care of family matters here. But easy enough to go to the Golden Nectar Inn. And Odric says, hello. Hello, hi, Prem. And, Gala, I believe. And what do we owe this pleasure?
Oh, hi, Odric. I don't think we know each other very well, but I was talking to Primmel, and Primmel used to go to the school that Turiel's parents are run, and there's this nasty business with the Domerans right now, and we're trying to drum up support with with all the noble houses to support the current school system. Turiel, can you tell them more?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. My parents. They've been running the school for many years, and it is really dear to their heart. And I don't even know why the Domeran family would want to take up such a task. They seem like they have other priorities, and as Gayla said, just looking for support to keep my parents in heading up the school.
I can tell you exactly why the Domeran brothers are wanting to take over the boarding school. It's not that they're looking to diversify their portfolio, as they're fond of saying. The stark reality is that they're going broke. I mean, I'm not saying you've seen the state of their manor. It is falling apart. It's in disrepair. They're running out of money. And I see the not only the school itself, but the influence that would grant them as well. The noble families wanting their kids extra special treatment. I'm sure they'll work the whole bribe system. Not that your parents ever did, of course, but these are the Domerans after all. Now, while I am tasked here, she says, with speaking up for my family and the Nangarth house while they protect us from the north, I know exactly what my father wants from the school. He wants to first make sure he's got his Google document up. Now, in the words of my father, he thinks this whole etiquette nonsense that's taught in the school is a waste of time. Which fork to use, which pinky to sit out. He simply won't have any use for that. And he wants it to become a military school, effectively. Strictly run. Life skills, as he would call it, not so much which fork to use, but how to hold a bow and arrow, how to wield a sword, how to take up defensive positions, offensive positions. That type of training, that type of schooling. Toriel, do you think that is something your parents would go for? Because that would be his position.
Well, I think a balanced education makes a lot of sense, and I think they would be open to adding it to the curriculum.
Well, open to it, great. And do you think they're capable of teaching such a curriculum?
Well, I think they could easily hire some. I mean, even amongst my friends here are quite skilled in battle. Um, we even have a friend that is a red cloak. So we I think that they could hire on specialists to teach such classes.
I'm sure Lord Simonder is supporting the school. I'm so sure he'd throw support behind that, and he'd give some help with that. He is, of course, the crown, the king of the guard, or the guard's captain.
Well, there's no man's more respected than Lord Simonder. I mean, he is quite the warrior. So that would be the condition of the Nangarth sport. As it turns more practical, less etiquette. If you could provide that at the school, then I'm sure my family would throw their support behind it.
Well, I will talk with my parents at once, and I believe that I can convince them to make this change.
All right. I'm not sure how much of assistance I've been at. I can't give you a yes, but I can give you a how to. I hope that was sufficient.
Yes, I very much appreciate it.
Oh, Prim, he says. She says to Prim, there's some stockings situation out back that we need to do just to help out around the place. Would you mind giving me a hand? And Primrose says yes, and they go and presumably stock shelves together, leaving the rest of you alone.
Cool. Excellent. Well, I hope your family can, and we should leave them alone. They'll be a while. Let's stay at their. It's good. Let's go talk to your parents. I hope they could be.
Yes, I feel like we've worn out our welcome at this time. Let's go talk to my parents if you're all willing.
Yeah, I'll wait until we get outside to speak up. So let me know when we go outside.
Okay, so it's a short walk to the boarding house from the Golden Nectar Inn. So as you can walk along the Riverside Promenade.
Oh, very nice.
Sinagami?
Toriel, those were some revelations I wasn't necessarily expecting. To let you know, my family is in the business of making and selling swords. So if it looks like they're trying to turn the school into more of combat training, it's hard to say whether or not my family would support keeping it as is. I don't know. It's been a while since I've talked to them, but that will be an obstacle that we would have to try and overcome.
Well, thank you for letting me know. I mean, yeah, we obviously don't want to. We won the support of the other houses, and we want to make sure that this change will not change that support. But I was viewing it as more of more of a balance of training, and I think having children learn how to protect themselves and their family and their kingdom seems to be a good balance, or part of that balance.
Oh yes, every youngling should have a sword in their hand.
I can lend my assistance. I've taught my brothers how to fight. I'm somewhat used to younger ones. and teaching
Hey,
them the
Randall,
way of the world.
you're speaking very quietly. I can barely hear you.
I don't like to draw necessarily a lot of attention to myself around here. And he's looking around at the double houses.
Oh, that's much better.
So I fixed the mic in real life, but in game world, he's actually still speaking very in hushed tones.
We'll treat it as a stage hush, so we'll assume you're talking in a quiet voice so we can hear.
But I've taught my brothers how to fight with swords and other weapons. Perhaps I can lend my assistance until you find a probably more suitable or permanent fixture, if you want to.
Oh, that would be
For a little bit more of a combat training, or at least offer a class in it.
Oh, that is very generous of you, Randall. And absolutely, yes, that would be wonderful. Is it just me? You are still a little bit quiet, Joshua. But
Yeah, and I got him at 200%.
Yeah, me too.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
it seems like it kind of faded out.
Yeah.
I think I pulled my mic away because I was eating something and I didn't want to crunch in your ear.
You need to turn on Crisp on Discord. You know how to do that, Josh?
How do you do that?
So right where it's got voice channel with Encratio, Gala, and so on, and down at the bottom there's
Oh,
right
powered
next to
on by North Suppression, powered on by Crisp.
Yep, turn that on.
You
Noise
did-
suppression on.
I think it is already on.
Now clap your hands, Josh. Don't
Clap.
hear that. Nope, don't hear it. It's very good at
Okay.
picking up only voice. So if you want to eat, just eat. We won't hear it.
Okay.
Eric, teach Henry how to do that, please.
Will do.
Yeah, so try that, Josh. It's really quite amazing. All right. So head back to the boarding house, Toriel.
Yeah.
Okay, you see your mother and father, Tegan and Calamorel, teaching some young students how to properly eat. With 5 forks and 5 knives and 5 spoons, exactly which way to do it. They always start from the outside. The first course is the outside cutlery. Second course, use the next one. Oh, hello, Toriel, my darling. It's lovely to see you.
I'll give him some big hugs. I don't want to interrupt your lesson, but I do need to speak to you about an important topic.
All right, boys. Can everybody please write me 5 paragraphs on the correct way to use your cutleries, which fingers to use, and please, I cannot emphasize this enough to you. If someone brings you a lemon and a piece of water, do not eat the lemon. That's to cleanse your fingers. Be careful of that. And they start writing their essays. Toriel, my darling, what can I help you with?
So I will. I'll relay, without going through the whole thing. I'll relay most of the,
Sure.
that the Domrans and their plans, and the meeting with the king and queen that they would probably be excited about.
Oh, they are. Yes.
And said, and my friends, we've helping me win support for you. And well, the last house we spoke with, Nagath, they had a requirement in order to win their support, and that is that they want military training to be included in the curriculum. And I thought it was a good idea, just kind of a well-balanced thing, and I was hoping that you would see that as well.
Oh, my dear, it's a slippery slope. I know exactly what the Nangraths want. They don't want etiquette at all. They want it to be full of military, and that's something even if we wanted to, we couldn't do that. I know about finger forks and all those type of things, but wielding a sword, forming a battle line, I just don't know.
Well, what about if you hired some professionals? I mean, Randall here, he is a very brave warrior, and he could provide some training.
Oh, Randall, is it? Most of the
Yes,
noble
ma'am.
boys come through here. Why haven't I seen you?
I don't necessarily live in the High District.
Oh, you're in the North District. Oh, okay, I can respect that. North District, by the way, is like where rich people live, but not as rich as these people. It's like the next level down. North District, then.
Just say I just live around town.
Okay.
But I am very quite used to little ones and having little ones having to defend themselves. So I do teach them some little things here and there to help protect themselves.
Okay.
Boys will be boys after all.
Yes, of course. Tario, darling, are these your trusted friends? I don't know how long you've known them, but do you trust these people?
Oh my gosh. Although I have not known them very long, but I have faced. Well, I'll give a story about the Manicords. All sorts of just in the last few days, they have protected me, and we've saved a child. Eric can't remember the name, but
Myra.
Ariel would. Myra, yes. I honestly, I trust them. I trust them with my life.
Well, there's something I need to tell you. The school is going broke. We effectively can't make ends meet. So, hiring anybody could be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Oh, that's terrible. So I mean, it's been so long.
Would I know that she said hiring would break the camel's back? Did she say that out loud?
Yeah, because she checked first with Tyra to make sure she trusted you, and then said it to everybody.
I would do that out of the kindness of my own heart. Perhaps, maybe just an exchange. Perhaps you could allow my brothers to attend.
Ooh, that's a big swing. Make me a persuasion check.
That is so generous, Randall. I also I do want to know what's happening. Why is the school losing money, and what has changed?
Oof.
Well, first of all, Randall, it's a generous offer. I'm afraid the cost of supporting 2 additional children would be more of a... It would drain the expenses, and it wouldn't be compensated. It wouldn't be balanced out by you attending, by you providing training. Maybe one of your brothers?
Perhaps. Yeah, that might do as well. Either way, I would help Toriel if it would help her and you guys keep afloat, so to speak. I know what it is to, let's just say, to be without, and I don't necessarily wish that for anyone else.
This is a very generous offer, and you're from around town, as you say. So you assume your family has independent means of generating money?
Let's just say I'm the breadwinner at this point in time.
And you're the breadwinner who wants to work for free. I'm a little confused.
I do what I can. Mercenary work. Like I said, I wouldn't be able to dedicate my whole entire time here, but I could stop in from time to time until maybe you had the proper funds to set up something such as that, at least to tease the others.
This is very much a half solution that I'm hearing. Not that we don't appreciate your help, Randall. But Taria, you see the bind we're in.
Perhaps maybe this could be a course that's taken as an elective during certain times of the year that would make his training schedule available and make this an option while still continuing with other curriculum.
Do you think the Nangraths would go for that? A wait and see?
Mhm.
It is at least maybe a possibly olive branch, so to speak, if you kind of give them an appetizer, wet their whistle.
We could come up with a plan. I mean, you can't. I don't think they could expect a change overnight. It would be. So I like what you're saying. We're kind of there. Basically, it would be a process of ramping up these other trainings, and it'll take time. I think they would understand that. What do you think, Gayla?
I think that would be work. I mean, we're in the middle. Are we at the end of the semesters right now? The end of the classes, or the beginning? Where are you at with them right now?
Right in the middle, which is, I imagine, the last answer you wanted to hear.
Well, I mean, then we can't. We need to. They need to start up after this set of classes, and when you have to interview people, you have to vet them to make sure they're safe with the children of the nobles. I mean, I wouldn't want anyone. I mean, I trust Randall. He has great references between me and Turiel and the family itself. He would be, welcome. But we have to vet other people. We just can't let anyone into around noble children. I mean, we want to keep the Domerans out and their sexcapades out. So we can't let other unknowns in without vetting them, and that takes time.
Yes, I think it's very reasonable. We could definitely just have a plan that we could share with them. How the change would occur, and we'd have implement it before the beginning. Well, we'd ramp up and then have it set up for the next year.
And you'd have to, look at your current curriculum and take a few courses out. I mean, I do love formal. I mean, the ball tonight is going to be glorious, and it's mostly because of your school and teaching all the children how to be, and how to act at these affairs. It's so great, but we don't need so much. You'd have to show what classes you'll cut for next semester and what you would replace it with and all that kind of stuff, and then you'd have to vet people and find the curriculum and fine tune it. You can't be just overnight snap your fingers. I mean, we nobles want that. I mean, I want that, of course, too, but it does take time, and I think someone of a military mind as the Nargos would understand that to do it right, you would have to do it that way. But you'd have to show that you are cutting this class and that class to make room for the new classes.
I do have a question.
Yes.
What are your acceptance standards for taking in students? What's the criteria for accepting students?
Are you sure you trust these people, Turiel?
I do.
Money. It's as simple as that.
Something to consider. If you want to make good warrior poets, and you are actually in the situation of money being an issue, perhaps expansion is also an option, where you offer higher education for those that can afford it, but you also offer the basics to those of lower means. That would increase your income significantly.
Oh,
I must say,
That-
Turiel, my darling, you brought some very wise friends along with you.
oh, see, I told you they're just a great bunch of people, and I'm so happy to have met them.
So, we need to hire, we need to diversify the curriculum, we need to offer higher levels of the curriculum. I think that's something we can live with. I'll write a memorandum of understanding with the Nangarth family, and I think with that, they'll no doubt throw their support. I've got to
Ah.
ask you, Toriel, is this enough? You have everybody on side? I mean, assume you even bothered talking to the Domorins. They're never going to budge.
Well, that is, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have, if the Nargoths agree, that's 4 for sure's, and then we have the Gorzo family. I think, that's the majority.
We have the gold tooths, but I don't believe they come to the school, and I think the other nobles' houses are looking down upon them attending, if I'm not mistaken. That's what the rumors that I've heard.
Yeah.
The Gold Tooths, they want their children to attend, but let's just say the political influences of the other noble families have prevented that. And the Gold Tooths would love to go to the Wyltammer's ball, but they are very specifically not invited. So it's not that they don't want to, it's more that they're not permitted to, not allowed to.
Yeah, so I think that we are in a good spot, Mom and Dad.
Well, if what you say is true, then you need to talk to the king about it. And I mean, as you know, the king comes with certain privileges, and one of them is what the law is, what he makes it. And we're fortunate to be blessed with such a wise and noble king, King Waldron Azanar. He's done well for this kingdom. Such a tragedy about his wife, of course, but
Yeah.
we'll just leave it at that. A tragedy with his wife, but we're blessed to be living in the age of King Waldron Azanar. So, arrange a meeting with him.
Long may he reign.
With that statement, everybody hears Shinigami do an uncharacteristic cough.
Are you getting sick, Senegami? I know you didn't necessarily eat, but perhaps maybe you do need to eat. Maybe you're getting sick because you don't have enough energy.
Oh, I just need a cough drop and I'll be fine. And you notice there's no way for me to get a cough drop in my mouth.
A bit of a lifetime, perhaps.
Randall is like processing, like, how do you even get anything in that mask?
But Mom and Dad, you still haven't answered the question about why the school is losing money. How's that happening?
Pressure from noble houses to taught particular courses. It's a political game, and sometimes these particular etiquette living as a noble courses have maybe 1-2 students in it, and just stretches us beyond our ability to make it economically advantageous. Maybe this diversification is the thing that we need.
Oh yes. Okay. Well, it's good to know. It seems like that they would understand if the prices would have to go up, but I guess that's something else to look at another time. Tuition.
Or perhaps not, depending on what the offerings are. The fact that you're potentially bringing in those of lower incomes is still an income coming in, but just diversifying the training and the ability and the sell of improving the quality of the people around for those that didn't have the means to be noble but yet can achieve some form of education, I think is a strong selling point to nobles who don't necessarily like to associate with people of lesser education or etiquette skills.
All right. Well, you've given me a lot to think about and a lot to do and prepare. But it sounds as if at the moment the Domorins can't get their dirty little mitts on the school, and maybe this diversification will prop up the school.
Oh, I hope so. Hugs all around. And then
Family hugs.
Kayla, I don't know how to go about telling the king. Like, do I request an audience, or I don't know. What do I do?
Go ahead.
No.
I'm pretty sure there's court attendings that you could tell that would know that that they get a message to the king that they would know that you were doing this, so you would tell them, and then they would get the message to the king. So it wouldn't be you go to the king; you would go to a court attending.
Very good.
You would go to a court attending person, and we could tell them to bring a note to His Majesty at his earliest convenience to
Okay,
read.
Oh, excellent. Thank you for that. Shinigami, I think having your house support would tip the scales even more, and I would be so honored if your house supported my team as well.
Well, with these potential new options, I think that definitely sways them in a better direction now, if we can make this happen.
Excellent. That is wonderful to hear. Should we talk to them, or do you think that we can just count on their support and we should just send word to the king?
I wouldn't assume anything, considering I haven't, since my reawakening, I haven't really reached out and connected with standby with with Lord.
You look like you're saying something. You're muted. Oh, you're
Gotta
slapping.
reboot him. Slap him the side of the head. Reboot him.
That was another character that I had that I was playing in Warforged, and he was doing the max headroom thing until he gained level. Until we, I need to sort of rekindle my family connection and find out where Lord Kyron Aramosa, where his head is at. He's the current head of the family, which is my understanding.
Okay, that is understandable, and yeah, you probably want to reconnect before you ask something of them. I completely understand.
Well, we can go there and at least have a discussion, and I can feel them out and see where their loyalties lie. I've been away for many years. What was it, 50, 60 years? So it's going to take a little bit of reading the room to see where the family should they've been going.
Oh yes, let's do that then.
It's off to Karamosa Villa then? Oh, sorry. Zero.
You said your family sells swords?
Yeah, they their primary source of income is selling swords to the king to protect the borders.
Then perhaps if you come up with the idea of the expanding of the curriculum and diversifying, if they were to take more combat classes, then there would be a need for more swords, would it not? So it could actually be profitable.
That was my thinking in making the suggestion. So I have to admit that while I felt it was a good direction for the school, I also was considering that was potentially the only option we were going to have for possibly getting their support. I mean, there are other things that the family is involved in, but that is the primary source of income for the family. So from that aspect, that I think is a stronger selling point than what the brothers had in mind. So we can head that direction, and I may need to go in first and have a little bit of discussion if you all are willing to hang about on the grounds until I have a chance to at least have some discussions with them, and then invite you all in and expand on what's going on.
Well,
Okay.
no time like the present.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
Lord Dyron, which relative is he? An uncle? Is he a cousin third removed from my nephew's cousin's former roommate?
Oh God.
I'll say cousin.
Okay, very good.
Okay. So back along the riverside promenade, one of the nicest part of the whole city, across the King's Bridge, past the palace, along the Queen's Bridge, and over to the Caramosa Villa. Let me just check some numbers here. As you approach the Caramosa Villa, I mean, while it's true that they've been selling their swords, they've also made their fortune via gemstones. They've got a mine that generates lots of money for them. They're not in any sense of the word struggling, like the Domarins, for example. And their gates is encrusted in various precious metals. The royal precious gems, I should say. And the guards who patrol this area, they keep an extra close eye on it. But yes, Randall, as you're approaching him maybe 50 feet or so off, you notice someone who's doing quite a good job of hiding, and they're trying to pry out one of these gems with a knife. And he's doing a good job of it, doing kind of subtly behind his back, subtly. He's got his back turned to you, and he's just prying it. Doing a good job, but not good enough to beat Randall's eyes. So, Randall, what do you do? Do you unmute yourself?
Is it Randall that notices or Shinigami?
Randall.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, I stepped away for just a second. What did I notice?
Ah, so there's a the Caramosa noble family does sell swords for the military. That's true, directly to the crown. But they've also made their wealth via a mine that's giving them lots and lots of gemstones. And then they're quite a gaudy gate with lots of precious gems embedded into it. And there's this one, looks like a guy doing a very subtle job of trying to pry one of the gemstones out with his dagger. And he's kind of got a cloak over, and he's doing a good job. He's probably going to get away with it. But you spot him, Randall. What do you do?
Shinigami, if this is your family's house, that gentleman over there is trying to get it off of one of your gemstones in the fence over there. And I'll point him out.
All right. How far away is he, Malcolm?
About 50 feet.
All right. I will quickly advance 20 feet, and then I will telekinetically shove him away from the wall.
Like pull him towards you or just to the side?
Oh, yeah. If it works that way, I was reading the description. I think it does say toward away. Okay. So yes, I will pull him towards me, and it will be a strength save of DC 13.
Okay, so it's going to be a flat roll. I think that means it doesn't work, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you try and pull him away. You see him resisting it, and he hasn't yet managed to pry the stone out. And he turns and bolts. Runs away.
Eldritch Blast.
Really?
Really?
Okay, roll to hit. I will point out what you're doing is a crime.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm pulling my thing up right now. Because I have your notes from what you gave me, and I keep pulling that up every session.
Sure.
Yeah, it's in the Gazetteer. Assault. A fine starting from 3 gold pieces up to 500 gold pieces, or short or too long imprisonment. So it looks like disturbing the peace, maybe. But
Yeah. So if we can have some type of interaction, if I see that he's raising his arm to do it, and I like interrupt his hand or grab his hand and try and wrestle off his aim.
Yeah, this is Calm Bass doing it. Just slowly raising my arm up and gonna try to pop him in the kneecap to trip him. So
Sounds like
if
an
you
athletics versus acrobatics check to me. I mean, choose whichever one you want. Either you brute force it or you twist your arm in just the right way. Shinigami 12. Ah, Shinigami. You push him away, and then we'll say the Eldritch Blast just shoots up into the air. And this person keeps on running away.
I appreciate the effort, but his theft doesn't outweigh the punishment of assault. I'm sure we'll find him again if he tries to sell it. But thank you for the attempt.
You see him
this
running
is
down
going
the
out.
street.
I didn't want to interrupt you guys, but I feel like Toriel would say, Shinigami, would you like to be next to the person who stole the gem? Just say the word.
Let's catch him.
What's that? Yeah.
Yes, let's catch him.
So I think this might even happen like it simultaneously. I would just say it and blurt it out, and I'm gonna touch Shinigami and cast Vortex Warp, and it would.
I believe that's a Strixhaven spell.
Oh, damn it! DM.
We talked about this
may I have
last
this
time.
spell?
You.
What's that?
Actually. So,
It's not too bad.
I mean, the main problem I have with Strixhaven is the silvery barbs. So let's go with
this
this.
one's
It's
okay.
fine. It's fine. Yep.
I love it. So if Shinigami decides to fail, he can travel up to 90. Well, if he was 50 feet away and started running, I would do it. I guess 80 feet or whatever would get him close to him.
Well, this is what your training in the Arcane Tower does. Allows you to do wizard math. Okay, so Shinigami, you appear right outside this kid. He's about 16 or so, and he's running away.
And if he's close enough, then I will go ahead and try and grapple him.
It's 15. You have to beat a 15.
Athletics or strength? Or
Your choice, athletics or acrobatics. So whether you trip him or just power him to the ground. He pushes you off and keeps running.
I'm going to try.
Fin to the face.
I'm going to try my telekinetic shove again.
The strength saving throw.
Yep.
He falls to the ground as he's running, and he kind of leaves a small trail of blood, like you've grazed his knees and his arms, and it's easy enough now to get over top of him and pin him down. So get off me! Didn't do nothing wrong. What do you get off me?
I'm Shinigami of the Red Cloak, and you're accused of theft.
What did I steal? Mr. Red Cloak? I didn't steal anything.
And I'll search around. If he doesn't have this gem in his hand still, I'll search his body for the gem.
He doesn't have the gem. As I said at the time, he's trying to pry for the gem, but didn't succeed when this all went down. So you got nothing on me, copper. Let me go.
I missed that.
I did too. I thought he had it. Oh, whoops.
Oh, he doesn't have it.
Is it attempted robbery? I don't know. Is that a thing here?
Come back with me. I'm going to drag him back, and I'm going to see if he did any actual damage to the wall.
Did you get my whisper there, Randall?
Yeah. Would I see him now?
Well, he's dragging them back, and I'll just say there's a little bit of damage on the front gate of the Caramosa Villa. Not a lot, but it does take away from the majesty of this gate, this gaudy gate. It looks out of place, like scratches around this gem.
All right, so as we're huddled around, Randall, is this the individual that you saw chipping away at the wall, trying to get the stone out?
Yes, and unfortunately, I think I know who he is.
Oh, you
And I
know
want to
these
go
guys?
over there and
Hold on.
grab his wrist and kind of drag him over there. Stoffus, what are you doing?
You're providing for the family, not gallivanting around the countryside. Someone's got to feed us, and it's not you.
I left you enough money to feed you for the next week.
You left us enough money for the funeral, and that was it. I don't know what you're thinking. You're off doing all these stupid things, gallivanting around the countryside. Here you're going to a freaking ball. How's that going to provide for Cordaris? You asshole.
So you're
Don't worry,
trying to
you're fine,
steal
brother.
things to provide for your family, is that what you're telling me?
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Okay, well, thank you
You
for
know,
your...
you red cloaks, you'd put me in chains for stealing bread to feed my family, wouldn't you? Your whole priorities are
Thank you.
messed up.
Stoffus is silence at this moment in time.
Fucking tell me what to do. At least I'm providing for the family, not like you. You're really
I provided
freaking
enough.
going to you are going to a ball while Cordarius goes hungry. Tell me I'm not mistaken.
Not easy to earn just any type of money. But this is not necessarily the way either, Christophus. We've already dealt with this before. Do you not remember how Mother reprimanded me for
Oh,
doing the same thing?
don't you bring up Mother's name. Don't you dare.
You bring up Mother's name. You forget what she has done for you, each and every one of you boys.
Now
You
she's
oftentimes
gone.
forget
Now
your
it's up to
place.
somebody to keep this family together. And it's not you. You're going to a goddamn ball. How dare you?
I'm trying to get us into a proper position in which I can take care of you for a foreseeable future, but yet, here you are trying to thieve your way. What if you really got caught?
I freaking did get caught, didn't I?
He almost got a blast to the back if it wasn't for Shinigami.
Oh, Mr. Mighty Red Cloak, I did not steal anything. Perhaps some minor vandalism? What's the
That's
charge?
true. That's true, and you did confess to it. Is this a family member of yours? That was Randall talking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Randall, this is a family member of yours?
He's my brother. Apologies, he's not quite been the same since, and he kind of like stops and pauses over there since yesterday.
What's your name again?
Stophalos.
Stophalos. Have you been stealing regularly to feed your family?
Nope.
Have you been caught stealing for your family?
Caught to attempt to steal. I didn't steal anything.
I'm talking besides this incident.
Oh, no. Of course not. I've never stolen a thing in my life.
Insight check that.
No, he's lying through his... No. He's not going to admit
Well, I
it,
know
though.
that just because he's my brother, I would know that that's a full,
Yep.
full absolute crap.
Yeah, he's full of
Well-
absolute crap, Shinigami.
Alright, well, I find you to be untruthful, and that's not a crime. But property damage is. And that's out of character, so what are we assessing the damage at?
I'm going to say he's chipped away at the gym, damaged a little bit, and done some damage to the gate as well. So 50 gold pieces would fix it.
Alright. Randall. The fine typically would be double the amount of damage for a fine, or he could do short term, or even long term, or even hard labor. What's your opinion?
He needs to be taught to listen. No one is above the law. So, unfortunately, we are not in a position to pay said money, so it would have to be one of the latter. Perhaps maybe he should work it off and understand that true work is the real way of earning money and not thievery.
I have a suggestion, Shinigami. You did say that Gorso Manor is trashed. Why not have the boy clean up my house? Is that not hard labor?
It could be Christophilus. How many members of your family are left in your house?
It's my brother, Cordarius. Oh, I
And
guess
how old is-
Randall too, when he bothers to turn up, but he's not gallivanting around at noble balls.
How old is
Mind your tongue, boy.
How old is Cornelius or Corlius or whatever you said?
He's 15. So that's
Actually,
same age as
Randall, how do you
Myra.
say his name?
Cordarius?
Cordarius. Okay. Yeah, Cordarius. Randall, I guess.
All right. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. The fine for the damages are 100 gold pieces. You will legitimately pay off 2 gold pieces a month to pay off the debt. During the time until your debt is paid, if you are ever caught and convicted of any other crimes, a maximum penalty of long imprisonment will be levied. You will turn your fines in at the Hall of the Red Cloaks on the last day of every month. If the records show that you did not do this, you will be hunted down. Do you understand?
What you Red Cloak say is law. Gonna policeman and court all in one, so nothing much I can say, right? 2 gold pieces a month. Hey, Randall, could I borrow 2 gold pieces?
Well, I could probably spare you a couple gold pieces when I get the opportunity. Perhaps I can get to them at this ball you keep blathering about. How did you even find out that I was going to a ball?
Don't know if you know this, but the bunch of you are making a bit of a name around town. Rescuing Byra. Dealing with things in the Alley of Menace. Even doing some dangerous pest removal at the Gorso Manor.
Speaking of that,
You must have
Randall,
ran into Golfa.
This is going to be a problem, right? If I get 2 gold pieces, who do I pay? Golfer or the Red Cloaks? Golfer won't take no for an answer.
I'm well aware of what Golfa would say.
Randall,
Golfa would sail his own muddle down the river if it meant giving his money back. Yes, Bass. And you can almost see, like, Randall just got a physical headache right now, like, ugh.
Randall?
Sorry,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Randall, I have a solution to start to assist with this matter. I'll take out 10 gold pieces. Boy, raise your hand out.
Call me boy, I'm 16.
You don't
man.
turn
Boy.
16 until next month. Shut it.
Raise your hand out.
Raises his hand out.
I keep the gold in my hand. The gold touches his hand and I pull it back and then I give it to Shinigami. 10 gold off his debt, paid on today's date. Boy, you will go to Gorso Manor, and I shall not see one cobweb anywhere, and my reflection should be seen on the hardwood floors when I walk in. Randall, do you
mister.
suffice to this?
Yes, it might help you, Christophilus. Why don't you just go ahead and take Cordarius along with you? I've been to Gorso Manor, and you'll need the help.
Sure thing. Sounds like an
And
adequate solution.
I'm a lock eyes with him.
Got
And
that teenage
I
smirk on his
mean
face.
it.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's see if I can scare that teenage smirk off of him.
Let's see. He's going to have to roll a natural 20. He's taken aback. He's a little scared.
One final thing, Randall, and I'm asking Randall because I'm kind of hesitant to believe you, Darius. But what type of education does Darius possess?
You mean Christophilus?
Christophilus
No.
was the thief.
No, oh, sorry, yeah.
Cordarius is his younger brother. He's
sorry.
back at the shanties.
Sorry, Christophilus.
And we don't have any really such education in the shanties. No one cares. No one ever has. The only thing you learn in the shanties is how to survive.
All right, then I'm going to ask you straight up, Christophilus. What skills do you personally possess outside of criminal?
He's going to learn to clean. Isn't that right, boy?
Stop calling me. Sorry. Still a little bit intimidated by you, Baz. I can run. I can clean. I have gotten the odd jobs doing that. Don't put me in front of any type of books or stuff. I don't do math. I don't read.
I've always thought that your speed was a gift. Why don't you use it to make delivery runs around the city?
Well, I've got some freaking house cleaning to do first, don't I?
Well, whose fault is that?
Yours. You're the one who spotted me.
All right, well, look for legitimate options. I may have something in mind, so make sure that you are available for communications if my idea can come to fruition. So
Yes, sir.
if my plan comes to fruition, check in with your brother, Cordarius at home. We'll send messages to him if we need to communicate with you, because I'm sure you'll be very busy trying to earn money.
Yes, sir.
That's an insight check to see if he's saying that to be a sarcastic little punk.
He's both being a sarcastic little punk and agreeing to do it all at the same time.
Okay. Every time
Randall.
he's saying yes, sir, I'll put my thumb right in the back of his shoulder to one of those little bully things, like big brother, yeah, I'm still stronger than you, and don't you forget it.
Squirms under your thumb.
If he does a good job, Randall, I could always use 2 butlers. Your boys would be welcome to stay at the manor, provided they work. But that is if he does a good job.
That
Well-
at least would help with the idea. That's more than generous. And it would be something that hopefully would keep you out of trouble.
All right, well, scoot along, go put a band-aid on your knee, and we'll be in touch.
Christophilus scoots along. As
Prestidigitation him before he scoots along to clean him up.
Okay, so you can clean up the blood off his bloody knees as he went for a bit of a nose slide with the telekinetic shove. Doesn't fix the wound, of course, but cleans it up, shall we say, which is
Let's
I'd like to have prestidigitation as a parent, Some kids falls down and gets
Well, that's
dirty
like-
and
Grass stains be
Such a
gone.
great spell. Every parent needs prestidigitation.
Once he goes away and out of earshot, Boreal, Randall, my thinking was perhaps if he possessed some type of skill that he could possibly educate those of the lower class, but it doesn't sound like he has the intelligence for it. But maybe he has a natural knack for athletics. Perhaps that might be an option to offer if your family would accept him. If he passes their standards for training, perhaps he could be a physical education instructor or something.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, as long as he's willing, that would be a good alternative to stealing gems.
Something to consider
Maybe-
when you talk to your folks again.
Maybe a cross-country trainer for those kids that like to run.
If he
Yeah,
goes cross country, we'll never see him again. But just a thought, something to consider. If Randall, you think that's something that he would be a fit for, then perhaps
Well, he's
Boreal.
quite nifty. Most people wouldn't necessarily catch something like that, and well, unfortunately, I was the one that caught him this time. Well, maybe that was more fortunate that I did catch him. I'd hate to realize if someone else caught him, they would probably shown a lot less mercy than you did.
Okay, well, let's table these options for now. Let's feel out how the rest of this is even going to go. If the school continues on and accept and is able to do this, then we can have these conversations again later. All right. So with that, we'll go back to the. I guess we're already at near the gates. So I'll approach the gates and tell everybody, okay, hang out here until I can get inside and have the option to make introductions, and I'll send for you all. And I will approach the. I'm assuming we have guards at the gate. Greeting, guards. You may not recognize me, but before this appearance. Sorry, go ahead.
well, we certainly don't recognize you, but you know what you did, Shinigami. More specifically, Shinigami Karamosa. We're surprised you didn't come earlier, quite frankly. But it is... We've never actually met. I mean, these are 20-something-year-old guards, right? You've been gone for 50 years. So they don't know you personally, but they know of you. And they said, well, things are probably a bit different here than when you last were here, sir. But you are Karamosa, and this is the Karamosa Villa. Welcome, I guess.
Thank you. Yeah, I've had to wrap my head around some things and figure some things out. So now I'm here to speak with my cousin. So I will need entrance to the family compound.
Of course. And they open the gate for you, the gaudy gate. And as you enter into the Karamosa Villa, they kind of plan to escort you to Lord Dyron. And things are inside are... Make a perception check, actually. Shinigami.
While I'm doing that, I'll be talking to the guards as we're walking. These are my friends. They'll be waiting outside until I can make a formal introduction after first speaking with...
Of course, sir.
With Lord Darren. Lord Dyron.
Dyron.
And perception check incoming.
Okay, thank you. You don't notice any. Well, you do notice that it's a little bit run down, just on the little bit, like a little bit messy. You notice no real servants, no one scurrying around after people. Apart from the guards, there's no real help, shall we say. But they take you through to Lord Dyron Karamos's office, where he's scribbling away on paper. Yes, what is it? We have your sounds odd to say it out loud, but this is your long lost cousin, old Shinigami. I'll leave you two to it. Shinigami.
Lord Dyron. I now go by Shinigami, that you may know me. Sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I know you're a Karamosa. I know what you did, but I don't really know you. What do you want?
I do now go by the name Shinigami, but you may remember my birth name of Waylon Jennings Karamosa.
Waylon Jennings. I believed we had the same nanny there for a little bit. Same caregiver.
We did. So now you are head of the household. Is that correct?
That's what I do. Manage the finances, manage the business. What do you want? Coming here asking for money, I assume?
No. You should know that I'm a member of the Red Cloak. I have my pay. I'm trying to reacclimate myself after being gone for so long, and learning about the changes that have taken place since I've been gone. And it seems like things around here have changed quite a bit. I don't see servants. I just see a few guards. What happened to those that took care of the manor?
Yeah, I took up other opportunities.
And you've chosen not to replace them?
We felt they weren't needed.
How is the family business doing?
We're doing fantastic. Once the new mine opened up, we're raking in the money. Couldn't have been better. Continue to supply the crowns, the crown with the swords and so on. Business is great.
Well, funny that you mention that, because an opportunity has arisen, and I'm using this opportunity to reconnect, to bring it to your attention. And out of character, Imperial, what was your family's name again? Oh, he's AFK.
Hey, or something like that.
Here, okay. You're familiar with the Hauer family and their school by the Riverside Promenade?
Yep.
Well, the brothers of the... sorry, Malcolm. What was the family name of the brothers that were trying to...
Domarin.
Thank you. The Domarin brothers are trying to make a power play against the school. I happen to have one of the family members that I'm traveling with that we have gone and discussed the school, and pending the king's approval, we may have stumbled upon an opportunity for both families in strengthening alliances in the school. And what we have, what they're pursuing is expanding the school, offering combat training, and training in a different sort to those of less than noble standards. This expansion could mean a big opportunity for our family. if the king approves. So I'm looking for.
You're suggesting that the Caramosa family lend soldiers and lend expertise to the school to bolster up its reputation? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Well, I actually wasn't offering anything without talking to you first, but that is certainly something that I think that they would welcome, as well as an opportunity for the house to sell training equipment, training swords, as well as potential real swords. It would increase the potential sales to the kingdom. But that is actually a good option that I could extend to the Hauer family to see if I'm sure they would welcome that type of experience, since they don't have that type of experience. So this alliance would be a definite win for the Caramosa family.
Let me explain this as clearly as I can. Shinigami, the Caramosa family has never been better off. We're mining and we're getting incredibly rich as a result. We provide swords to the crown for a nice tidy profit on top of that. We do not move in societies like many other families do, because quite frankly we don't need them. And you're suggesting the great comb of Haramosa buys swords to a pissant school and provide soldiers and training to a pissant school? Have I misunderstood something? Have I summarized it nicely?
No, I think your assessment is a little askew, considering that the school is a well-respected school, and this would be a turning point for the city and the crown, and an opportunity for even more growth for the family, rather than staying complacent with the way things are
Loads
now.
of money?
The mines aren't going to be plentiful forever. Growth and opportunity could always be explored.
Make a persuasion check, Shinigami. You raise an interesting proposition. While I don't care about the school, I don't care what the nobles think. Let me.
Sorry, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Sorry, Malcolm. You're freezing on my end. It seems to do that at night, so I missed that.
He's saying you provide an interesting opportunity, an interesting way to go about this. While we do not need the money, we do not need the influence. Perhaps we could make this work.
Thank you. That would be an excellent choice, my lord. I can see that the family is in good hands. That makes me proud. I'll discuss this further and send couriers to with messages as we gain more information, and they'll bear our family seal for you to know that they're legitimate from me.
Please do.
All right. Thank you, Lord. By the way, just a consideration, while I was coming up here, I did catch a thief trying to remove gems from the wall.
Cut off his hand.
That's not the punishment that fits the crime, but he has been punished and he has been found guilty. But I would recommend probably increasing guards around the estate until such time as things start to settle down a little bit.
I'll get right on that.
Thank you, my lord. I'll leave you, and we will talk again.
He nods and goes back to paperwork.
All right, well, I'll go back outside and meet with the others. So, an introduction wasn't necessary. Conversation went smoothly. Let's go somewhere and sit down and have a talk and relax a little bit, unless we have other business we need to take care of first, and I can fill you in on where the Caramosa family stands in all this.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'd love to hear their stance.
Does anybody have any suggestions for a preferential place to go and hang out where we can speak without necessarily being at risk of being overheard?
We have to get ready
Well-
for the ball. For Guano Manor is available, but Corso? Sorry, not Corso Pass. Sorry.
Oh, have to deal with that again. Yes, it might be in shambles, as you said, but Gorso Manor would be a safe place. Who's going to go to a property looking like that right now? And I'm sure your brother is not going to do as he was told, after all, Randall. So that should be safe.
All right, any objections? Let's go there.
Yes. I would like to send word to the king. So it did sound like he wanted it taken care of right away. So maybe I can just poke in there and leave word with one of the
Sure.
court
Easy enough to do.
people.
It'll be presented to the king at some point. It's lots of these type of things, and he has kingly things to do, but it will be seen by the king. You know that for sure.
Excellent.
On
All
the
right.
way to Gorso Manor, a courier arrives with the package, and he approaches Vinnick. Hello. Well, what is your name, sir?
Hi, I'm Venick. Who are you?
I'm a simple courier. I mean, this is a little bit odd, but this package, I believe, is for you. Well, it doesn't have the name Vennick on it. A description was an elderly elf, wearing leather armor, matching your, and it gives you a description of yourself, and it's a pretty accurate description. And he's got a piece of paper, and he's reading off the notes, and you look at the notes, and the notes very accurately describe you. And he says, I believe this package is for you, though it doesn't have your name on it. Look, can you just take it?
Well, before I do that, I go, well, your description does sound very much like me. Who sent this package?
I believe it originated from the Arcane Tower. Right, just a sec. Yes, it was a gentleman who gave it to me. Would you like to know the description of the gentleman?
You can't tell me the gentleman's name. You have to. Are all of your dealings with just descriptions?
Well, I could describe the person who gave me the package. To be perfectly frank, he gave me a tip and said, just to deliver it to him, to you. Once again, didn't give you a name, but he was a young, short, ginger-haired human. He says he was an acolyte of the Arcane Tower, wearing a white shirt and baggy trousers that almost resembled a skirt. Is that familiar to you at all, Mr. Vennick?
It's not familiar to Jeff, but it might be familiar to Venick. I don't know.
That's not familiar to Vedic.
Okay. No, that does not really help. But thank you for describing it. If I was to give you a tip, would you have more information about this person?
If you give me a tip, that was always appreciated. But that's all I can give you, I'm afraid. I could try and
Okay.
track him down for a generous tip to find out what's going on.
I don't know what a reasonable tip would be for a courier, but I will reach in my satchel and give that to him, and I will take the package.
5 silver pieces would be perfectly adequate.
Okay.
And the package is kind of long and rectangular. It's a long rectangular square base. Long.
When I pick it up, can I feel what it is? The weight
There's some
of
heft
it?
to
Is
it.
Uh-huh.
It's about this tall.
Okay. Okay. I ask him. I suspect he won't know. And I'm like, do you happen to know what's inside?
I have no idea.
Would you do me a favor if I hand you this package? Will you open it for me?
For another 5 silver pieces, I would.
Oh well, that seems very, very kind. Sure, let's just do this. I reach into my satchel, give him the 5 silver pieces, and give him the bag.
You worried something from the mothers?
Yes, I am. Look what happened to me.
So, he puts the package down and says, with your permission, assume you nod, and it kind of opens it up. And inside of this wooden crate, I guess, he pulls out an urn. And on the side of the urn are the words, Warmond Seidel. I assume this is a relative of yours, Sir Venick? You got no idea,
Yeah,
Venick.
not really remembering, but I do recognize that name. At least I think I do.
No, you don't.
I don't? Okay. It just seems familiar. All right. It does not. No, it does not. But,
Well, it's yours now.
well, thank you. I take the urn from him.
Okay. And he says, I know you seemed a bit cautious. Would you like me to open the urn itself?
You made me broke. I can't afford that. No, at this point I'm not. But I will open up the urn. Is it a lid? A cork? Is it what's
A lid. A lid. Just pop off the top if you like.
all right. I pop off the top.
Can you make a concert? I'm kidding. Inside there's just ash. Just an urn.
All right.
A used urn, so somebody's ashes are in there.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Shoot! No, I'm kidding.
Well, I suspect that this Warmond Seidel, perhaps it's this person's. He's interesting.
I don't know what you want to do with it, but if it's not your relation, maybe you could find this woman's... Oh, actually, woman Seidel would technically be dead, I guess. Maybe that's him in there. But anyway, this is what I'd like to call in the courier business SEP. Someone else's problem. Good day to you, sir. Anyways.
Good day. Thank you. So I relate to my colleagues. I'm like, we got the ashes of some person here, and the person, there's a name inscribed in this woman like that. I don't recognize it.
You're fading out. I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
You repeat.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So I share with you that I got a package from a person that I don't know, and that the urn has ashes in it, which appear to be the ashes of somebody that is deceased. And there's a name inscribed on the urn that is Warmond Seidel.
So it's somebody you know?
It's not somebody I know. I'm clearly the person that sent this to me is trying to send me some type of a message.
Does that name sound familiar to any of us?
No, it does not.
It sounds like what you're thinking probably is Sign Mondur, which is that one guy I've been dealing with. It's the very similar kind of name. So that's what you're probably thinking, but no, it's not familiar.
A message in a bottle.
May I look at the urn?
Is there something I need to do to keep the contents of the urn in the urn before I put it in my...
Just put the stopper on it, would be fine.
Okay. All right. I guess this is something that we'll just try to have to keep a clue out for something related to Warma inside out.
Oriel, can you
Yes.
take a look at this? I'm just kind of concerned of strangers bearing gifts, that somebody could be scrying on us or tracking us, somebody keeping an eye on us, because we're being given the remains of somebody that none of us know.
I'm sure I'll happily take a look.
I hand you the urn.
All right. I'm going to first, if I can, just do a little Arcana check on this to see if there's anything.
Can I assist her?
You're proficient in Arcana, you can?
I am.
Okay, sure.
Oh.
So, Trell, do the...
Okay.
Find
I would-
any magical...
I would like to provide guidance to myself as well.
Okay.
Really,
Yeah,
really
I would
ramp this up.
The old advantage with guidance trick. Okay, so 23 plus a d4.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, so you and Randall, Toriel, you look closely at it and even inspect the ashes and the lid. In your opinion, it's a mundane urn. There's nothing magical about it.
And there's no anything. Well, I guess we opened it up, and there's
Yeah, no runes you can find, no magical properties, nothing arcane about it, in your opinion.
well, although very unusual, Venick and Shinigami. That I don't see anything out of the ordinary. It looks like just a plain urn.
Right. Venick will also say, I don't... The courier did not tell me the name of the person who delivered to me. They just gave a description. I don't know how helpful this is because the person did not... The description was not something that I recognized, but I will repeat what they said. And unfortunately, all I remember is...
You're right.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
didn't it come from the school you went to, Turiel? Is that the same school?
The Arcane Tower.
Yeah, the Arcane Tower. Yeah, that's where I went to school.
Do you know a ginger there?
Do I know a ginger? I don't.
Flame
think-
kissed, as it were. Kissed by fire.
Yeah.
Kissed by fire.
Do I know a ginger?
Because he did say a gentleman.
I think every university ever in the entire history of everything has a ginger, so yes.
Do we
Weasleys are everywhere.
do we feel intrigued enough to actually go to the Arcane Tower and see if we might be able to find the person that sent this package?
Here's the description that he gave you.
Thank you.
That would be outside of open air, I believe. It's a little walk away.
Young, short, ginger-haired human.
And to get to the Arcane Tower and back, you're looking
That's a
at...
ways.
It's about a day per hex, so maybe 4 days there, 4 days back.
Yeah, that'll have to be after the ball, I suppose.
Yes.
In the meantime, maybe we should leave it at the school with your parents. Maybe they can do some research on it for us while we're going to this ball.
Sure. Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
I just don't have a good feeling about having this thing with us. Did you try rubbing it 3 times, Bass, just out of curiosity?
I dream of Genie.
You returning it to the Wylham's boarding house for young masters?
That sounds
Yes.
like what we want to do.
Yep.
Oh, Toriel, of course, darling. We'll keep this here. I'll keep it close, keep an eye on it, but it's just a mundane urn. No problem.
That worries me when they say that. Uh, Mom and Dad, now that you mentioned that, yeah, that's concerning. Maybe this is not the safest place.
Oh, you're so superstitious, dear. It's just an urn. Nothing to be afraid of.
But does the name Warmond Seidel sound familiar? Have you heard that name before?
Oh, I know most of the families around here and their offsprings for obvious reason. I've never heard of a Warman Seidel. Maybe they're from the South District, maybe even in the Shanties. I don't know, but nothing noble about this.
Could you potentially have one of your students or instructors do a little bit of research for us to see if they can track down the name of this person?
Of course.
That would be appreciated.
Yeah, Shinigami, I know I am superstitious, but I think we should. I don't want to leave this with my parents. I mean, they can do the research on the name without the urn, but I think we should find a different place for this. I just have this weird feeling.
The Gorso Manor is already in disrepair. If you were expecting something bad to happen, not much more worse could happen to the Gorso Manor.
Bass, would you be
It is
okay with?
not your house to decide that. As a fellow noble, you should know better than make assumptions.
I'm just commenting on the condition. I'm so sorry, Bass.
It is fine. I'm sure the boy isn't even cleaning like he's supposed to be. We can bring it to the manor.
Which direction is the manor from where we're at now?
It's all pretty
39,
close.
we're almost there.
Yeah, right there.
The Gorso Manor is next door to the boarding school.
Yeah. Super convenient.
Or we could run it down to the Hall of the Lawgivers for now.
We got a locker there?
I'm sure I do.
Put this in a safety deposit box.
Yep, sure, you do.
Yeah.
Log it into evidence.
I think if anything, it's safe from theft, and if something sinister is up with it, that hopefully there will be enough lawgivers around to handle it. I'll give them fair warning about what my concerns are with this.
Okay.
Or we can keep it with us, like you said, and just leave it here at Gorso Villa. That's entirely up to you.
No, I like your idea. Let's go to the, what do you call it? The hall, the hall of lawgivers.
Yeah, all the
Going down
lawgivers.
here.
Yes, let's do that. I don't know if I was being singled out or the individual that sent it knew that I was with the rest of you, but it does seem very flexing.
All right, so we'll boogie on down to the halls of the lawgiver. And
Excellent.
is Nathiel there?
Is?
Nathiel.
Ah, yes, Shinigami.
Hi, so we are getting ready to partake in some of the city's activities tonight, but Bass here was handed this urn.
In
And
Not me. It was Vinnick.
Or Vinnick, sorry. Vinnick was handed this this urn from a courier who couldn't give us the name of who hired him to deliver it. Only spoke in vague generalities of a ginger-haired acolyte of the Arcane Tower, and supposedly the contents are of someone called Warmond Seidel. To the best of our skills, we haven't discerned that it's magical or it has any sinister things associated with it. However, it is a little suspect that we had a mystery person deliver this to somebody, and it could even be misdelivered because there wasn't even a name given for the delivery. So in the meantime, while we have the school researching who this Warman Seidel is, I would like to leave this here in my locker for safekeeping until we get to the bottom of
Of course.
this
No
Scooby-Doo
problem.
mystery.
No problem. The DM has been invaded by someone. Hey, Leela, what's up?
How come Riley and me, when Mama?
Just wait a sec. Oops. Let's take a short break, guys, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay,
Okay.
short break.
Not you. Cool out.
These things.
Yeah.
Move our fantasy discussions onto another realm. So where were we? We're in the halls of the
Dropping off the
lawgiver.
urn. Yep, I dropped off the urn.
Yep. So they're more than happy to put the urn in the evidence locker, and as long as you don't use magnets, it should be safe. And Nathal Wester says, I have a pressing issue, Shinigami, that I'd appreciate you would look to in the morning. I think we might have talked about it briefly before. Drax Tightlips is still missing. If you recall, Drax Tightlips claimed he was going to come into lots and lots and lots of money. And he kept on talking about it, that any day now the fortunes would smile on him. And he promptly disappeared. So if you mind going and maybe investigating his house in the morning, see if you can find out what happened to him, that would be very much appreciated.
All right. The fool said that he had a foolproof way of making money through gambling, so I will look into that based on what the information he gave me last time I spoke with him.
Regardless, he's missing, and it's unusual. Apparently, he always frequents the Lucky Mermaid. I think it's the Lucky Mermaid. The Lucky Mermaid, Cheeky Mermaid Inn. He hasn't been seen there for days. Maybe just check out his residence, see if you can get to the bottom of it. But that can wait till morning.
I can do that.
Okay. So, finally, the time has come for the Wyltammer Ball.
Finally.
Finally, yes.
Oh my god.
So, what would you like to do in preparation of anything? Otherwise, we can move over to the ball scene.
It's a ball. Never mind.
Bennick's gonna do what you always do when you're getting ready to go to something. It's like, what are you guys wearing? What is the attire?
Oh, we have it delivered to the Ronald Manor. If we all should go there, the packages and all of your our attire will be there.
Oh yes. Okay.
We took care of that from Annie. Oh my
Right.
god, number 118. Aunt Alana's sewing shop provided it all for us on the Ronil bill.
That's right. I remember now.
Everyone got something except Shinigami. Okay. So the Ronald servants, in almost stark contrast to the Karamosas, who didn't appear to have any, fuss over you. They help you with your dress gala. They help everybody get ready. It's, I imagine, maybe a little uncomfortable for some of you, but gala is I imagine, also very much in her element. Just the makeup and the hair and the dress. And they get ready for the ball. If there's anything people wish to do or say, or conversations you wish to have before the ball, now would be the time to do it.
Not gonna work? Come on.
Oh, you made a dress for gala? Oh, that's crazy.
It didn't come up, did it come? Oh, you click on it, it comes up. Yeah, there it is. Yeah,
Wow.
you're an AI generator. I have a bunch of art for Gala, like a bunch.
Wow.
So there's Gala's dress. You gotta click on the picture. It didn't come natively.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. It's quite the dress. Okay, so it takes a good hour to get Gala ready at the very least, and the rest of you get dressed. But she has people doing her hair, people doing her makeup, people doing her nails, people helping her with a dress, which I think would be fair, Daniel.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And eventually, the Ronalds have gone so far as to provide you with a horse-drawn carriage to the event itself. There's two of them. Unless anybody has any objections, you get into the horse-drawn carriage, and you are taken along the riverside promenade again. And just because it's good to be seen, there's a little tour along the riverside promenade. You see your parents out there, Toriel waving and wishing you luck, and you see people are talking and discussing dresses and everything. You come back over the King's Bridge, King and Queen Bridges, past the palace, and finally to the Royal Gardens, which is where this event will be happening. Fortunately, the weather gods are smiling at you, and it's a beautiful evening. And the horse-drawn carriages drop you off. The Ronald servants, give you a hand and help you down. And with Gala's dress being so extravagant, it takes the dexterity of only servants could do to make you exit the carriage gracefully. And my notes. The two notable members of the Wyltammers. In fact, they're a childless couple. There's only the two of them, but they are exceedingly wealthy, and they put on this ball as a fundraiser, as a charity, and they're there to greet you. So first up, Ram. Oh, well, let's call him Ram. I'm not sure how to pronounce the Y. Ram Wyltammer says, "Oh, Gala, it is an absolute pleasure to have you at our ball. Welcome."
Oh, why, thank you. I've been looking forward to this all week. We have, I have my guests with me. We have gotten our clothing from the sewing shop. What's her name? I forgot her name already again. Auntie Elaine's sewing shop. This has been the talk of the town of the week.
I mean, if you can't get it, Auntie Elena, she does it for me as well. She's simply the best, isn't she?
Oh, yes.
And might I request the first dance of the evening, Gala?
Oh, I would love that. Thank you.
You're most welcome. I will come in, have refreshments, and, I believe I'm Toriel. You remember this was the man you met before, Toriel? Do I need to remind you what happened last time?
Mute.
No, he's reading his notes.
Oh.
Both. Maybe both.
So Eric, do you remember this guy?
Here. All right. In the mic.
I'll whisper it to you. Oops. Oh, there we go.
Hear me okay?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened here. I think I knew who it is. Yes. That's who I thought it was.
Okay, yeah. So Ram was his name. I don't think I said his name last time. So, Toriel, nice to see you again.
I will. It's nice to see you again as well. I seem a little bit less enthusiastic than than the first time I met this person, but
oh, cheer up, Toriel. I mean, you got what you wanted, didn't you? The support of the Wyltammers for the boarding school. Everything's good.
This is true. Yes, I would not change a thing.
Cool. I've already pulling up my dance card with Gala, but might I have the second dance with you?
Of course.
He welcomes the rest of you in. The wife, Taya, she's an elfin woman. Ram is half elfin. Taya Wyltammer is also greeting you. And she comes to Vinnick. Vinnick, I believe. Something seems to have happened to you. We heard you were brought back to life at the House of Healing and back to yourself, but I don't say this terribly lightly, but you look like shit. What happened? How can I help?
Well, you are right. I did die, and I was brought back, and I am myself. But my appearance, my age, has been impacted as a result of my uh, reinvigoration. I don't think there's anything you can do to help me.
We heard what happened and how you were gravely injured during the rescue of the Queen. Um, but please, if there's anything we could do, and I mean absolutely anything to save such a heroic individual as yourself, just please let us know.
Thank you. Very kind.
And I will insist on the first dance from you, Vinnick. It'll be my honor.
I'm not much of a dancer, but that's quite an honor. And if you apologize for any missteps I have, I will very much dance with you.
Of course, of course. And Randall, I believe?
Me?
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't be in the position I wasn't in if I didn't know the comings and goings of people, marriages and children and so on. I don't know how to put this, but I know where you're from. Are you sure you're in the right place?
I was invited. I probably shouldn't be around here, but I was invited, and apparently I'm dressed for the part. As he kind of looks very uncomfortable in his very regal attire at this point in time, because he's never probably put anything like this anymore.
You get a smack on the back from base and you stand up.
And Galen will grab his arm and say, "Oh, he is a delightful gentleman."
All of that I have no doubt, but it just seems out of place. Would you like to earn a few silver pieces, my dear? A little short-staffed around the bar.
Do you need some help?
Yes. Everyone can tell she's being right, you know what, by effectively humiliating Randall, even though he's got every right to be here. And you can tell, well, maybe Randall can't tell, but everyone can tell she's going out of her way to humiliate
Randall can tell, but he knows somewhat the place. I mean, he's used to this. This is nothing.
Used to being humbled by the nobility?
Yeah, pretty much.
So perhaps I could earn a few silver pieces by working the bar?
I can probably do such a thing. I've been known to spin a few bottles every once in a while.
She reaches back, and one of her servants immediately gets a apron, and she's okay. Let me just tie this in for you, dear. And she puts her worker's apron on you. That's got a few stains on it. Well, off you go.
Perhaps I can. I'm not much of a dancer, so maybe I can make the first drink for you, my lady.
Of course. I'd like a donkey's kick, please.
Right. Everyone deserves a good donkey's kick.
You cheeky little devil. You know what I mean. I don't know. That's just a random name that Malcolm made up, but it's a drink. Do you think Randall would know how to make the drink?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see if
Okay.
Randall knows how to make the drink.
Let's leave it to the dice gods.
What do you want me to roll?
Intelligence, just plain old intelligence. So D20 plus your intelligence modifier.
Okay. Intelligence. I don't think I know what a donkey's kick is, other than a real donkey kicking you straight in the gonads over there. So.
I look forward to sampling you the donkey's kick. Anyway, rest of you, welcome. Shinigami, it's nice to have a bit of muscle in case some drunken nobles get out of control. So it's a pleasure to have you here.
Yep.
Right, forthright. Okay, so you
Wow.
enter into the ball. It's in full swing. There's all sorts of coordinated dancing, and as promised, Ram will seek you out, Gala, after you make a few introductions. Says, "My dear, may I have this first dance?"
Oh, it'd be my pleasure.
And you see the two of them dancing together. The rest of you, and man, they're nailing it, right? Imagine Gala knows a few
Well, I'm
steps.
skilled in performance, so I'm gonna roll my performance.
Sure.
Huh.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
I mean, 10 is what an average performance would be, so that's still pretty good. And Ram is keeping up with you as you twirl and go around the stage. And he says, "So, Gala, delightful to have you here. This is something I personally look forward to every year. And telling me I hear rumors that you're going to become a knight and put all of this behind you?"
Oh yes, it's by my uncle's decree. It's the Ronalds need to do more for the kingdom, as it were, and I am to be knighted eventually as the Knight of the Crown under Lord Simonder himself.
Such a brave warrior, that man. But tell me, you know you have to put all of this dance. Well, I have two questions. Number one, you have to put all of this dancing and socializing and clothes and all that behind you. Are you prepared to sacrifice that much?
For my house and for my what do I call it? My uncle and my house. Yes, I am.
That is very noble. I applaud your brave decision. Okay. I give her a +2 onto this. It's her job to read between the lines. Well, that is very noble of you, Galo. She rolls a 6. So, you seem to have made some friends. Some of them, I must say, I approve of. Toriel, that's good. Shinigami, good. Vinnick, good. And that's the end of my approval of your friends that you've been hanging out with. You know that Lord Simonda is going to insist that you work for him and him alone, protecting the king, the queen, and the princess. So I ask you a second question. Are you prepared to say goodbye to your friends?
Oh, I don't believe that our acquaintances are completely forgotten. I mean, I will know these people for throughout. They'll be in the town. I will be defending the kingdom, and I will needing help, maybe of the Red Cloak. I might be needing a arcane magic assistance or knowledge. I mean, there is always room for acquaintances, even as a knight's guard.
You know that the king and queen have their own personal archmage. They have their own personal clerics. They have ample protection. I don't. When you could call on them, I'm not sure. I mean, Toriel seems to be of some skill. Anybody who spends that long in the arcane tower has got some skills, but not compared to the archmage of the city. I think you need to face the real possibility of saying goodbye to your friends.
Oh well, we still see how that is. I don't believe that's the case. I mean,
Well,
Sidemonder has many acquaintances as well. I mean, you don't forget everybody.
many acquaintances of note, I might add. Your friends are noteworthy, but not of note, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I
What
do.
have you done? Saved a girl? That's about it, right? Killed a few
Uh,
gnolls? That's hardly the
oh,
resume.
Saved the
yeah.
city.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, Shibagami is the savior of the city himself, like he says right now. Yes. I mean,
Yes, that's true. Shinigami did do that. Well, save the king at the very least. Almost the same thing. But the others, I think you need to prepare to say your goodbyes. Has Lord Simonda given you a deadline?
after the King's Games.
Well, I'm sure everything will go well. Is there anything you wish to ask me, Gala? Says Ram, the Wyltammer.
No, nothing. Nothing I could think of. Just, I'd like to enjoy this night. I have so few left, I've been told.
Well, of course. And the dance concludes. He whirls you around a couple of times. Then he approaches Toriel. Toriel, you are second on my dance card.
Yes, that would be lovely. I'm not a good dancer, but can certainly follow your lead.
Well, that is the job of the male to lead, is it not?
That's what I hear.
Malcolm finds it hard to be sexist, but Lord Ram Wyltammer does not. All right, shall we dance? And he kind of holds you on the small of the back and pushes you in the right directions and kind of gives you guidance on how to twirl. I want you to make a performance check, see how well you're being led.
All right. Is this something that would make sense to do guidance myself, knowing that I don't know what I'm doing, and it's like, oh, maybe I should try this?
Sure,
Or is
this is the thing you'd prepare for. You know, guidance can help you out, and you need help. So sure. So
All right.
performance plus a d4.
All
You're
right.
gonna outdance Gala. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Look at
I'm
that
a
plus
quick learner.
You're a
Coriel's a quick learner.
Oh, what do you mean you can't dance? Look at you twirl. Look, that's fantastic. And tell me, Toriel, how are you feeling?
Well, I definitely was not expecting that exchange. Definitely.
Careful with your words. There are prying ears everywhere, and you know.
Yes,
Right?
yes. Noted. But yes, I'm feeling. I'm feeling. It was our conversation was beneficial, and like I said earlier, I wouldn't have changed anything.
It's good to hear. A certain exchange between consenting adults is perfectly fine. Now, Toriel, do you have any questions for me?
Well, I do, but again, prying ears. Maybe perhaps another time.
Come on, lean in close and whisper. And he puts his ear uncomfortably close to your mouth.
She's like feeling very awkward. She says, why do you why do you ask for such things in exchange for what I believe is right? I don't understand.
You do not approve of the transaction we did?
I'm just curious on why.
I think you're right, Toriel. This is a conversation for another time and another place. I'm happy to answer you, but the answers are complicated.
I see. Well, your support of the school and my parents is much appreciated, and yes.
Of course. And if you need any favors, any other help, you know where to come, and you know what the price will be.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, and thank you for the dance.
Of course, because as you know, me and my wife have, shall we say, an exorbitant amount of money at our disposal. There's nothing that couldn't be done for your Toriel. With an
Well, that
appropriate
is.
exchange, of course.
I am honored to have that option.
Pause round a few more times, and you return back to the dance floor, to the general thing. As you're catching your breath, Gala, one of the Domorin brothers comes up to you, howls out a sweaty palm. May I have this dance?
Well, I'm too fatigued right now. Hold on. I have to go get a drink first.
Oh,
I'll
let
be
me get
right
it for
back.
you. Let me get it
No,
for
no,
you.
no, 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 no. And she'll head off to the drink, and she'll head off to Randall, real fast.
Uh,
To
you
get a drink.
hear what you've done is considered incredibly rude, but people seem to approve of it. You see some ladies talking behind fans and giggling and pointing in the Domorin brothers' direction.
I'm gonna go to Randall real quick and then talk to Randall.
Speaking of Randall, what are you doing about this donkey kick?
Randall is obviously has really no clue what he's doing, but he is going to try to make the most disgusting drink possible for Lady Whitmire or Wyltammer, whatever.
Yep.
But he's going to try to do a better job for like some of the ones that are nicer ones over there. He is going to try to attempt to make nicer drinks for everybody, but he made a special one just for her.
But there is you're not the only barkeep there now, and some of them give you helpful directions on how to make, something more complicated than a gin and tonic. So you actually make a performance check. Let's see how well you prepare the drinks under direction. Yeah, you're doing your best, but this is so out of your comfort zone, I imagine, Randall, so not
I'm
great.
used to swords.
Oh,
This stupid glass.
So as you approach the bar, Gala, Lady Taya Wyltammer kind of grabs you by the arm and says, I believe your friend, your acquaintance, the person you know, Randall made me a drink. Would you escort me there so I can enjoy the drink?
Certainly. And I'll bring her over.
It kind of hooks into each other arms.
Yeah.
And, Ronald, I believe your name was. You have a drink for me, kicking donkey.
Random, my lady. Yes, a donkey's kick, I think.
Yes, that's right, Roger. May I have
Right
it?
here it is. It's made especially for you, my lady.
And you've made it to be extra disgusting, like just foul tasting?
Oh, absolutely. Now, she doesn't know this, but I do.
She takes a sip, she turns a slight shade of green, and throws the drink back in your face. This is not a donkey kink. That's donkey kink. That's a whole other different type of drink. This is not a donkey kick, you imbecile! I said it again, donkey kick. This is not a donkey kick, you imbecile. And she throws it in your face. Make it again!
I'm sorry, milady. I misunderstood. I thought you said you were a donkey's dick.
Listen here, you common piece of filth. Get the fuck out of my party.
Lady, that is the most educated thing you have ever said. And from what I understand, those who don't enjoy the quote-unquote donkey's dick, so to speak, well, they don't have quite the exquisite taste. And Randall kind of like,
Let me pay you. And she takes out 5 silver pieces and drops them on the ground.
my lady. And he'll take a little bit of a half whatever's like one of the other ones that are not as disgusting. It's on the house. And sips it back and heads out.
And pick up the silver?
Nope.
Okay. Some burly-looking guards who are dressed very nicely. They escort you out, and people snigger, and you hear commoner, peasant, beggar as you leave. And As Randall is being kicked out of the ball, we'll just quickly do what Randall does with the rest of his evening.
Randall is going to. One, he may try to go back into the Gorso Manor to see if his brothers actually did return there and to see if they're just check in on them.
No, but it's not surprising considering this all happened late at night.
Okay.
So it'd be unusual that he'd do it. But to answer your question, it appears exactly the same.
Okay.
Head back home to the shanties?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so we'll just say quickly that Christophilus isn't talking to you, and your other brother is, you get the impression he's trying to make you happy, trying to impress you, trying to do all the things that you'd expect of him. So we'll just leave it at that for now. Maybe we can revisit that next week. All right. So lots of dances ahead. Lots of nobles have gone about their business. The Domorans continually... Did they come up to Toriel? Toriel! Might I have this dance?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, after I saw him approach Gala, I was hoping I could keep an eye out for him and do one of these where, like, if I see him coming, I just kind of duck into the crowd and try to disappear type of thing.
Tell you what, make me a stealth check. As you stealth away in the party, there's Domorans.
All right. Well, I'm not wearing my armor, so it shouldn't be disadvantaged.
Sure. So I'll just take the first roll if it comes up twice.
Normal roll. Oh, there we go. Oh, man.
Well, let's see.
Oh, boy.
They're going to try and find you. They need... Oh, Toriel! Toriel! No hard feelings. It's just business. Might I have this dance?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I'll take that as a yes. And he grabs your hand and starts pulling you onto the dance floor.
Okay, I will, oh my gosh, I'll try to, like, keep my distance as much as possible, and
high school dancer,
them.
right? Right at arm's length with your partner. High school style.
Yes. But, it is a noble, so, I will try to, keep up appearances here.
If there's no hard feelings with me and my brothers and my mother wanting to renovate the boarding school, no hard feelings.
I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, no hard feelings.
I don't want to see it as the Domorans versus the Howrers. Of course, that's not our intentions.
Well, I'm glad. I'm very glad of that. The school is my parents' lives, and yeah, I really would appreciate if they were able to continue teaching there.
My mother is quite set on it, but I have a rather unique solution that will keep my mother happy and your family working there for years to come.
I'm all ears. What?
As you know, I'm single. You're single. Perhaps we wed. That will solve your family's problems. It will solve my family's problems. And we'll have a child that will formalize the unique union between the two. What do you say?
I feel like she's kind of does one of the little vomit in her mouth. Oh, that is such a sweet proposal. May I think about it? I just met you. I mean, I would need some time.
I knew you before you went to the Arcane Tower. I mean, you were not strangers. As you know, noble marriages don't necessarily need to be for love, but for political influence. Tell me, Why is this a bad idea? Let me hear your thought process, darling.
Well, I have responsibilities to the kingdom as a wizard of the arcane tower, and yeah, that must come first.
Of course, I have noble duties as well, just to be expected. Surely the marriage could come in a close second, though. And don't you want children?
Someday, but now is not the time. I it would that would
When is the time? If not now. You've come here, new beginnings?
I have other priorities. I'm flattered, but I feel like that's deception.
Oh, well, let's see. We'll just give him a flat roll. Okay. I understand you're hesitant, but please explain to me why it is such a bad idea.
I didn't say it was a bad idea. I just have other responsibilities, and I would need some time to ponder this. I hope you understand.
Come up with a good idea. But he grabs a champagne flute from a passing waiter. He does a classic knock, knock, knock on it with a fork to attract attention. And all of a sudden,
May I like mage hand and just like knock it out of his hand and
I'll tell you what.
dart away.
Yes. I'm gonna have you make an Arcana check. I shouldn't be too hard with mage hand. So as soon as you make an Arcana check with a DC of 10, then you can knock the wine glass out of his hand and he won't do whatever he's going to do. So okay. Arcana DC 10.
Oh shit. I'm going to.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say, oh, it was such a nice dance. If he's like his hands busy here, I'm just gonna dart away.
He's gonna hold your hand. He's doing an opposed athletics check. He rolls a 2.
I got this. Maybe athletics check.
Yep. It's forcible. Yeah, there we go. -1. Just out of interest, Eric, what do you think he was going to do?
Oh, he was gonna announce our engagement.
He was going to drop down on one knee, present a ring, and ask you to marry him.
Oh snap! Okay. Yeah, before I was just dart away and say, "Oh, it was nice. Thank you for the dance." Run. I might even if he pursues, I might even join Randall.
He doesn't pursue, and he looks around slightly embarrassed and moves on. He thought he had a good idea. So, but yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Can everybody at the party, so everybody except Randall, I guess, please make me a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance, but I was going to ask you if it was presentable to have Timely here, and if so, I would have summoned him back. Like, do other people have pets or familiars?
Oh, there's people wearing all sorts of. There's handbag dogs. There's live minks wrapped around people's necks. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay. May I use Timely's perception, which is better than my own?
Sure. So, yeah.
Very good. Okay. How do I get back over there? Extras? No. All right. I think it's just 13. I'm going to roll here instead of look for it.
Sure.
It's +3.
Oh, okay. So 22. Actually, I'm going to get back to that in just a second. So, Gala, you're brought into a conversation with a noble. Actually, I might drag you across just so I can keep the name straight. So this is an approximation of the party. You can drag your tokens on there, but this is just to keep some of the names straight. So these were the two people who were mocking Randall, dancing with Gala and Toriel. And there is a gentleman here, Toristio, we'll just call him Toristio, and his quite young wife, Rosilda. And he's 60 odd, she's early 20s, so it's uncomfortable right from the start, but who knows? And Toristio says, Gala, my darling, come over and talk to us. We couldn't have this without you.
And I'll walk over and I'll say, do I know this person?
Yes, you do. You do.
Okay. I'll
he's
say,
known for being a
Taristio.
drunk, and his wife died, and he's married far too young. Rumors have it that he was his, how would I put it, his side piece, but he's chosen to marry her, and his wife has died.
Okay. I'll greet her, and I'll greet Rosilda. It's so good to see you again. How have you been?
Oh, I'm good. I must say I'm not as radiant as you are. That dress is spectacular.
Oh, I thank you.
Tell me,
what can I do for you, Taristio?
I heard you've been talking to the nobles, doing a bit of the rounds. Are you looking for some political leverage? What's going on?
Oh, my friend Tyrael, her parents' school was under siege from the Domran brothers. I don't know if you know of their exploits. They're not my type. And I've been helping her gain favor with the nobles in their school.
He grabs you by your hand and he says, I always knew you were a good one. Oh, well done, Grayla. It's just good stuff, right?
Oh, of course. And I'll curtsy and all that to him.
Just tell me, what are your plans? What are you going back to Runnel, the fishing village, catch a few fish?
Oh, I would love to do that, but the Ronalds are having me become a knight and join Lord Simonder in his watch.
So you're giving up the fishing pole, are you?
As it were, I am, yes.
As this conversation is happening, Toriel, you get a message from, can you communicate with your familiar, like have a conversation?
That is a good question.
I don't think you can.
I think you can, but let me see.
It's a one-way thing, isn't it? Or is it? I don't know.
It can understand you.
Let's see what it... Oh.
You communicate telepathically within 100 feet. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, Toriel. I'm not sure if this is relevant or not, but while Gala was talking, this lady here slipped us something into his wine. It looked like I don't know what it was. It was a vial of something. I don't know what to do.
Oh, that was Lady Victoria, which I don't recognize her.
She's no, you don't. You've been out of the scene for a while. But you did see Lady Victoria Violet slip something into Toristio's wine. Like a little vial.
I'm gonna quickly tell Bass this and say, Bass, you got to do this. Knock that glass out of the person that Gala's talking to. I think there's something in there, and I'm gonna do another vortex warp if you're down, Bass.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not up to 90 feet.
Easy. So instantly by Toristio's side.
And I'll just I'll be taking that, and then
What?
ignoring him completely, not releasing it, but with my other hand holding like a charge of the Eldritch Blast, like it's glowing at Lady Victoria Violet. Now,
What is the meaning
stay
of this?
right here.
What?
Shinigami.
I'll saunter over. What's going on and why is your hand glowing?
Shinigami, Toriel's little friend, the owl, I think, I'm not sure. Toriel just said that she witnessed this lady slip a vial into, Torsisto's champagne glass here, possibly poison. So,
What
yeah,
nonsense?
here's his glass, and, do your thing, Shinigami, or just let me release this, please.
It's outrageous!
Put that
Absolutely
away.
outrageous.
So, Toriel is what he claims true?
It's true that yes, Timely saw this lady put something in this gentleman's glass.
You think I'm trying to poison him or something? Just the allegations here are outrageous. I'm a close personal friend of Teristio, isn't that right? And he's like, what? Sure? I don't want to drink that anymore. And he pushes it to you, Bess. You have the glass.
He doesn't even know if you're a friend or not. Stop putting words in his mouth.
You're accusing. What are you exactly accusing me of? Make your accusation or shut up.
I'm investigating. Hush.
Toriel. Hush me.
I said hush.
You do have the authority to tell people to hush, but I want you to make an intimidation check, Shinigami.
Can he have an advantage because I'm proficient with it and I have the Eldritch Blast glowing in my hand?
Sure. Who needs it? And she says, look, just... And she almost bites her tongue and she starts blowing bright red. She's not used to being told to shut up, but that's what she did. So she shuts up, as you were,
Toriel,
Shinigami.
give me the details of the vial that your familiar saw.
Yeah, I will interact with Timely and describe it back to Shinigami.
It was a small vial, like a test tube kind of size, and it appeared to be a clear liquid that was entered into it.
Clear liquid.
Yeah.
I mean, we can easily test this. Well, not easily. I can't test it, but I'm sure someone in the city can test this for poison, and we'll know for sure.
Well, before we get that far, Toriel, you're familiar, and you come along with me. We're going to a separate room to finish discussing this. You might want to come along too. Who the drink was intended for? I forget his name already.
Teristio, this guy here.
Teristio.
So come with us. We're going to adjourn to another room to resolve this.
So Toriel, base, Teristio. Okay. Rosilda, his young wife, says, "Oh, Gala, what's going on?"
Oh, I don't know. I've been around Shimigami for a while. They have a knack for finding out what's going on. Hopefully, there's no foul play here.
And that was
But I wouldn't worry. Shimigami will do what's right.
Oh, are you sure? I mean, I'm a little scared, to be obvious. Hold my hand, darling.
And I'll hold her hand. I'll go like, "How?" And is there still music playing? Or is it all stopped now?
It's stopped.
It's all stopped. I'll bring her to the bar to get some. I'll go. We need some liquid courage. Don't worry, dear.
Liquid courage, yes. I could definitely go for a wine. And as you go to the bar, Lady Victoria Violet is, now that Shinigami says, "This is outrageous. This is something the commoners do. I would never poison Teristio. He's a close personal friend of mine." People
Okay,
are
so you
murmuring,
can come with me
people are
quietly,
talking.
and we can we can come with me quietly and we can discuss this in private, or you can continue to make a scene, and I will do my investigation right here in front of everybody.
Outrageous! And she joins you. Well,
All right. So once we adjourn to a private room, I have the description of the vial, and I tell Lady Victoria that I'm going to conduct my
Bess, you're there
investigation.
too? Oh, sorry,
And I will
Bess. Okay.
start by searching you for this vial now that it's been described in detail, and I will instruct her to interlace her fingers and put them behind her head, and I'll conduct the old pat down.
Okay, with your intimidation of 25, you can tell she's incredibly uncomfortable with this, but goes along with it nevertheless. And make an investigation check.
May I assist him as I'm proficient in investigation
Sure.
myself?
Sure.
So at advantage. Oh.
You don't find any vials or anything like that.
I am going
Mhm.
to do something stupid and use my inspiration on this.
Sure. You do find a glass vial that matches the description that Toriel gives. Well, that's nothing. That's for my sinuses.
That is a perception check or
It'd be an insight check.
Insight, okay.
It seems a stretch. Like sinuses doesn't really match the. Like that's not how you'd use a test tube. What do you use? Tip it into your nose or something? It doesn't quite make sense.
Is this the vial that your familiar found, Toriel?
Yeah, that's the one that he saw.
Look, I know what you're thinking. You know I'm trying to poison this man. Look, we can settle this all right now. Why not I just drink his wine? If I'm as innocent as I say, then I'll be fine. If I'm guilty, then I'll be poisoned. We can simply solve this by allowing me to drink the wine. Tell me that's not a good idea.
No, that's not a good idea. I've heard stories of the Dread Pirate Wesley doing such things. It's not a method. So what we're going to do is this. Toriel, can you summon your familiar again at will?
Oh, he's right here. You see him?
True, but if something were to happen to him, would you be able to call him again?
Oh, you want him to drink the poison?
Only if you're willing.
Timely has free will, so would Timely do that? I mean, it wouldn't harm him, but
Timely will do what you say. That's a familiar thing. And you do know that Timely doesn't. It's easy enough to resummon. It would go back to the Fey realm, I think.
Yes.
Toriel, if you're worried about the cost, I will pay for your spell components.
Oh.
Sorry, I lost all of that because my internet froze.
Timely, Bess is Timely. Judice will do whatever Toriel says. So if Toriel tells Timely to drink the poison, he would drink the poison. I think that's where we're at. And Bess offered to compensate her for the spell components to resummon him.
This is more of out of character. So it doesn't harm Timely. So it's just like this is his current physical form. So there'd be no harm to him.
No permanent harm, though. In a sense, he kind of dies. And his spirit goes
Yeah.
back to the Fey realm, but then you resummon him. So he will die.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
I think I don't know if this is kind of a DM question. If it would cause pain to Timely, even for an instant, I don't think Toriel would do that.
Yes, it would, assuming it's
Yeah,
poison.
so I'd say I'm sorry, Shinigami. There must be another way. I Timely and it's even though he could come back, it would cause him pain if it was poison. So maybe there's someone in town that could investigate the poison. Well, I mean, if it is poison.
Fair enough. That's why I asked. I didn't want to make assumptions on your feelings towards the matter. Out of character, Malcolm, because it's still something that I haven't ever used. If I cast the spell command, could the command be truth?
Truth is not a verb, so I don't think so. It's a one-word command. So, no.
Confess?
I say maybe confess.
Reveal?
Oh, she might have stripped down then if she said reveal. You never know.
Just looking at the command spell. And then it is. One word to command to a creature. The creature must succeed or follow the command of its next turn. So drop, grovel, halt. Okay. So what's the spell? You're casting command?
I'm just trying to think. Because I don't want to say confess necessarily, because I don't want them to automatically confess if they're innocent, kind of thing.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And if you command them to confess and they fail on this saving throw, they're going to confess, regardless of their innocence or otherwise.
What about answer?
Because they could still be
They'd still lie.
dishonest.
What you really kind of need is the other spell.
Yeah.
Stone of truth.
On the truth.
Zone of truth, you're required to tell the truth. You're not required to say it, though. You can just plead the fifth and say nothing. Zone of truth wouldn't help you in that case. But look, I really need to get back to the ball. This is going nowhere, your dithering red cloak. Make your accusations, or I'm going to leave. You have nothing on me. You've proved nothing.
This was found on you.
According to
I
a
demand-
bird. This is all based on the testimony of a bird. You know how outrageous and ridiculous you sound right now?
A witness is a witness, but I command you to tell me the truth, because the consequences of being found guilty could be quite severe. And I'm going to intimidate, but I'm going to use my thing. It is it's my channel divinity, conquering presence. Oh no, that makes them frightened. Actually, what would the frightened condition do? Let me look that up real quick. I'm sorry, everybody.
We'll go for a disadvantage on ability checks.
Got you covered, Jimmy. It's right here.
Deception would be like disadvantage, for example.
Okay, yeah, so we're gonna what the hell, give it a shot. Yeah, so I'm gonna do Conquering Presence, and she's
Okay.
gotta make a Wisdom DC 13 save or be
Give her
frightened.
+1 to this. You don't intimidate me, you pathetic red cloak. Look, you've got nothing on me. I am leaving. She gets to go.
I'm gonna look at Shinigami and be like, "Can I now?"
We're gonna let her go back to the party. We have the drink. Here's what we're going to do. Oriel, I want you to keep an eye on her. The rest of you, I want you to keep an eye on me. If I detect that this is poisoned, then you're going to be responsible for helping me. I do have resistance to poison.
So, just to clarify, what you're saying is, if you give the word, I'm free, no holds bar.
No, take her into custody, take her to the Red Cloaks, and get me medical attention. So I have advantage and resistance to poison, and this is probably going to be really stupid for a 4th level character, but I am going to. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can detect poison in it, just based on the fact that I'm immune to that kind of thing. Maybe I might have some type of inkling. What would you like for me to roll for that?
I'll say investigation it is. And I'll flavor it as you like. You dip your finger in it. Like they do in the movies with cocaine, right? They just dip a finger in and they put it to their tongue. And I, since you got all these poison things, I'll whisper something to you.
The love potion. You fall in love with her.
That is would have been a good twist.
It's pretty funny.
All right, I am going to take out my water skin and dump out the contents.
Sure.
And I'm going to pour the contents into my water skin. And I'm going to saunter back out to the party, and I am going to not so privately declare that Lady Victoria Violet is under arrest for
outrageous
assault and potentially attempted murder.
Outrageous. And she goes to leave.
I will. She what?
She's walking away from you. I leave.
Outrageous. Now
I'll command her to prone.
She goes prone.
And I will take her into custody and announce to everyone that she's being arrested for attempting to poison Taristo. And
the nobles start gossiping like they've gossiped never before about how Lady Victoria has fallen so far from she's attempted to climb the noble ladder, but she's failed dismally. Yeah. Regardless, so you take her into custody. We'll maybe pick up on that next week, but the ball continues unabated. I think that's where we'll leave it. Oh, by the way, just in case you wanted to know, Lady Victoria feared this might happen and took an anti-poison thing beforehand. So if she had drunk the wine, as she insisted that she did, it would have had no effect on her. But you are Shinigami / Jimmy. You solved it. Well done.
Nice. Nice.
Good stuff. Okay, so we'll continue the ball next week. And I'm not sure there's much more to discuss with Lady Victoria Violet. She's fallen from grace. And we'll pick this up next week, gentlemen.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
One thing
Yeah.
before anybody goes, if you have Netflix and you've already seen Squid Games, there is an actual Squid Games game that they did, and it's on Netflix with real people.
Yes,
I
it's
highly
good.
recommend watching it.
Did
All
you
right.
hear Mr. Beast is doing a
Mr.
show
Beast,
on Prime? Yeah, with, I don't know, could it be Mr. Beastie? Looking forward to that too. Yeah, I saw that as
Cool.
well, Jimmy. It was pretty cool. They captured the essence of the Korean show quite well. Okay, gentlemen,
Nice.
see you later.
All right.
Take care.
All
Take
right.
care.
Yeah. Yep.